Chosen, the sign you've been waiting for has arrived. Have you ever felt that something greater is waiting for you? Something divine, something that gives meaning to your life and calls you to be more than you ever imagined? This is the story of Samuel, an ordinary man with an extraordinary soul, who sought answers in a world full of questions. He knew something grand was reserved for him, but what he lacked was the sign. In this moment, he finally received the answer he had been waiting for. The sign he once thought was a distant dream, but in reality had been within him all along. And now, the same can happen for you. Get ready to embark on a journey of faith, hope, and revelation. The sign you've been waiting for has arrived. Are you ready to be chosen? There was a man named Samuel who, since childhood, felt an unease in his heart. He grew up in a small village surrounded by vast fields and ancient trees, always sensing that his life was meant for something greater. He knew there was a purpose to his existence, but what exactly he was meant to do seemed shrouded in mystery. His parents, wise and kind, spoke of the greatness of God and the promise that he always sends signs to those who have faith. But Samuel's heart longed for something deeper, something he could touch, feel, see. For years he prayed. Mornings were filled with silent supplications, and nights were filled with unanswered hopes. Lord, what is my purpose? What should I do with the life you have given me? His voice echoed in his heart, but it seemed that the answers never came. At 30, Samuel had already experienced the vicissitudes of life. He worked as a farmer, planting seeds with the hope of reaping good fruit, but the winds of doubt still blew strong within his being. He felt like he was waiting for something, not just any sign, but the sign that he was truly chosen for something grand, something that could transform his life and the lives of those around him. One quiet night, as he gazed up at the starry sky, an inexplicable feeling overtook Samuel. The air was cooler, and the breeze carried a soft sigh. He sat in the field, his eyes fixed on the stars, seeking an answer that had always seemed distant. Then, as if the entire universe was listening, a brilliant light appeared on the horizon, cutting through the darkness. It was a golden light, bright as the sun, yet gentle as the touch of a divine hand. Samuel froze, his eyes wide, his heart racing. He knew deep in his soul that this was the sign he had been waiting for. The light slowly approached, enveloping him, as if it were coming directly from him, and then a soft but clear voice resonated in his heart. It wasn't an audible voice, but he felt it in every fiber of his being. "Samuel," the voice said, "you have been chosen. The path you sought was within you all along. The sign you've been waiting for has arrived, and it is time for you to walk in your truth." He felt tears well up in his eyes, but they were not tears of sadness. They were tears of deep peace, as if all the pain and the search for answers had finally been revealed. The sign was not a great external change, but an internal transformation. Samuel understood that being chosen did not mean being perfect or invincible, but being faithful to the divine calling that had been planted in his heart from the very beginning. That night, Samuel not only saw the light, but he also understood his purpose. He knew he would be a beacon of hope for those who, like him, were seeking answers and waiting for a sign. With faith, he would share God's goodness with others, not with grand words or spectacular deeds, but with the simple and profound act of being light in the world. From that moment on, Samuel walked with renewed courage, knowing that God's choice was not about being special in the eyes of the world, but being faithful to the purpose he had designated. The sign he had been waiting for was not a spectacle, but an internal transformation that connected him with his true mission. And so, with each step he took, Samuel spread the message that the true sign of being chosen doesn't come from the outside, but from within, when we are willing to hear God's quiet voice and follow the path of faith. The light he had long awaited was not a sign of fame or power, but of love, faith, and truth, which illuminated his life and the lives of all around him. And as with all great callings, the sign of being chosen is a reminder that, in every heart, there is a divine purpose waiting to be revealed. And the greatest sign of all is the one that transforms us and calls us to do good.